and then he reached for the toilet paper roll, only to find it was empty. What? Not scary enough for you? Okay, let's try this. Disney would release a whole slew of rebooted movies from your childhood, including Home Alone. Hello, I'm your friendly neighborhood gay, Johnnie Newsworthy, and this week we are taking a look at scary stories to tell in the dark.
It's a corpse looking for her missing toe.
Now, just a reminder, my reviews are split up into two parts. The first, which just is a general consensus of the movie, and the second part, which goes into depth and spoils. So I'll be sure to let you know. And if you want to now, you can go ahead and jump to my final score, which is down in the description box. So, how was it? Scariest Stories to Tell in the Dark is based off of the terrifying book series of the same name. Now, the movie is brought to life by legendary director Guillermo del Toro, who has such movies as Hellboy and Pan's Labyrinth under his belt. So the fact that this movie is terrifying should come at no surprise to you at all. The story follows a group of friends who read from a cursed book,
Sarah Bellows' book, where the stories write themselves and it all comes alive.
Let's stop there. When in the history of Everdom has reading from a book you don't know it might be printed in someone's blood ever panned out to be a good thing? Ever in the history of Everdom. Except the Page Master, because that movie is awesome. But Page Master, this movie is not. While the scares are great, the story is a little lackluster, even for a quote family horror movie. That being said though, I think this is a really good first, my first horror movie, or just an introduction to the genre. But to tell you why I feel that way, we'll have to talk about spoilers, so go ahead, feel free to jump ahead now. I'll just do some reading in the meantime. Just do some reading while you're skipping ahead. Okay, so the best part of the movie about the best part about this movie is the scares. Each monster has its own unique quirk and way in something that makes it horrifying, which makes each kill terrifying. Now, the scariest by far has to be the Jangly Man.
The Jangly Man is coming.
Like, I full on screamed when he first popped up. It was horrifying. I also have to give a special shout out to the spider scene. That was one of the very first stories from the book series I read, mostly because I hate spiders. So just to see that and on the big screen was just a nightmare come true. But honey, the story, the story. I mean, the story is just as horrifying, if not more, than all of the monsters. And that's not a compliment. Now, what could have been a simple curse book tale gets bogged down by needless subplots that never really pan out to anything. Like, the main character's mom, Stella, leaves, and it's like this big thing, and it's why she is the way that she is, and then they reference it multiple times throughout the movie. So at one point I'm thinking, okay, maybe Stella's mom is the Sarah Bellows. Nope, it's just a thing that happened in the past. And then there's like nonchalant racism to like the other main character who's Mexican. Okay, like the steel mill was putting mercury in the water, and then Sarah Bellows, she was trying to tell people, and then she got a cursed book, and then she was casting spells on people, and then they killed her. I don't know, it was a lot. It was just a lot. They should have just stuck with the monsters in the book and just left everything else out. Also, everyone in movie land, Just because your movie or production or TV show or musical or commercial or ad has a witch, you do not have to play Season of the Witch. Okay? We've seen Hocus Pocus. We've seen American Horror Story Coven. We know, we get it, move on. Which is what I'm gonna do myself. So, in the end, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark lives up to its title. The effects and scares are solid, perfect for someone's first horror movie. But despite being based on a top-selling book series, the film lacks in the story department. Too much blah blah, not enough ah.
Delusion. Convince yourself.
So what is your favorite scary book? Mine would have to be a tie between Stephen King's The Shining and this, Dean Koontz, What the Night Knows. I got so many nightmares from reading this book, and it's balls to the walls bananas. So let me know yours in the comments below. Well, that's it for this edition of How Was It? I'm still Johnnie Newsworthy, and please, don't be a dick.